Hi. How you doing? You good? I hope you are. Welcome to Saturday Night Scares. It's been a while since I did one of these, huh? Well, we're here. We're back. For the scares. Are you uncomfortable yet? Good. Oh, I can't keep that up anymore. How you guys doing? Okay, so it has been a while since I did one of these, everyone. And I'm not gonna lie, I know I've been kind of lagging it lately. I've had some let's see here. Oh. Let's see here. Oh. Okay. All right, Brendo, we're already here. Nice. I'm ready. Hold your pillow tight. Okay. All right. So, what we have here tonight for you is a series of 6 videos. There's 2 videos from each of 3 of the guys that I normally watch. I got King Frostmare, Chills, and Sir Spooks. And we're just gonna jump right on in here. Turn on... Oops, hold on. Turn on display. Alright. Alright, I just gotta make sure real quick. Okay, we're set. Let's get started. First, 5 scary videos you've never seen.
Hello everyone, my name is Sir Spooks, and today we'll take a look at 5 scary videos you've never seen. So, let's begin. NJ Underground is a YouTube channel that specializes in the exploration of creepy and abandoned places in New Jersey. In a video published by the channel owner on October 4th, 2014, the man running the channel and some other explorers venture into the Overbrook Insane Asylum, a location that has been discussed on the channel in the past.
Yeah, just looking at that place, man, you just think to yourself, damn, bro, I don't want to go in there.
For the first little while in the video, we see the explorers working their way around the building and checking out rundown areas in it. But about 10 minutes in is where something greatly chilling happens. As the cameraman is walking around in a dark room, he waves his flashlight around in order to see better in the room he is in. But as he swings it around, he spots something incredibly strange. Take a look.
Bring it. Bring it. Okay, I saw that.
The figure that he captured could very well be another explorer, but even the channel owner himself has brought up the possibility of it being that of a shadow figure, Perhaps it was a shadow figure making a quick appearance before disappearing again. Or was it perhaps just the shadow of the explorer as he was being illuminated by another flashlight from behind? Let me know what you think in the comments down below.
That's exactly what it was. I'm going to rewind this back real quick, and I'm going to slow it down even more. But if you watch as he's panning that flashlight over, you can see another light going the opposite way from behind him.
Again. Or was it perhaps just the shadow of the explorer as he was being illuminated by another flashlight from behind?
That's exactly what that was. Good effort. I don't know if he planned that or not. You know, when I initially saw that, it scared me. But that is the explanation. Another explorer was behind him and was waving his light the opposite direction of where he was aiming his light.
Let me know what you think in the comments down below. Next up is a clip from my subreddit, Sir Spooks, where you can send in videos of anything related to the paranormal for a chance to be featured on a video just like this one. Published by user The Dalector. The CCTV video is that of the inside of some sort of gas station. Eventually, a woman walks out of the store and seems to get her credit card from out of her car before walking back in. See if you notice anything weird whenever she re-enters the store.
She goes out. No, I'm saying as soon as she walk in, it's like... Hey, what's up, man? Dude, what did she get? Did she buy something? I don't know. No, because she didn't have a car. See, she walked right back out the store. I guess she forgot her money. It almost looks like Ashlyn. Now watch. Right? That, I do. I look at her face. She's like, what the hell? No, watch, look at her. She had to go back out and get her car. This thing don't leave my car.
Okay, that was bizarre.
The credit card that the woman carried with her seemingly flew into the air, which caused her to look upwards in the video. On the Reddit post, the uploader said that, quote, it landed on a ledge about 15 feet above the door. They had to get a ladder to get it down, end quote. In addition, he explains, quote, she just had her card in her hand, not bending it or anything. It freaked her out, and she ran out, as you can see. She went back a few days later to get it back and get the video. There's no updraft as you walk in. I went and tried to recreate it with bending it and throwing it, and nothing worked. What do you think happened with the woman's credit card that day? It is definitely super strange.
That credit card,
and it seems like nobody.
And that credit card defied the laws of gravity, man. That was bizarre.
Nobody knows what could have possibly caused that weird event to happen. Another entry from my Sir Spooks subreddit. This clip was uploaded by the user Brule in Space and is titled simply Strange Shadow on Second Story Window. The video that plays out seems to be a couple of kids goofing around and making fun videos with each other and running around the house. Take a look at this section right here and see what you make of it.
What is it, fatty? I found the gun!
Out of nowhere, a strange, shadow-like figure moves its way across the window before disappearing completely. What makes it even more bizarre and creepy is the knowledge that this was on a second-story window, meaning that this alleged figure had found a way up to the second story and wasn't just moving around outside on the ground level. It could have been something as easily explainable as a friend of theirs that was in on it, but it also could be a shadow figure. Tell me what you think this was in the comment section.
Yeah, just because it's a second story window doesn't mean that It's not someone that's just kind of walking across like a roof, like a roof concave that's right underneath that window.
This following clip was published to the popular Ghost subreddit, where people can submit videos of alleged paranormal findings. The title of this video, uploaded by user Flower Sliders, states, quote, "I took a walk on an abandoned road in rural Japan. Saw this. Not sure what to make of it. Local friend said he'd never seen anything like it before." End quote.
Okay, that's weird, right? Why is it moving?
Yeah. Can we go? Why is it doing
You guys
that?
not see that down there?
What?
Right there.
Okay, why is it still moving?
Can we go? I'm legitimately out of I don't understand. I'm gonna look this up.
Oh, maybe there's something. But still, no, it's not. It's cut there, so they shouldn't be, right? I don't know.
Okay, I'm gonna just go.
Okay.
That wasn't happening before,
I mean,
was it?
yeah, I don't think.
Maybe there's like a monkey or something around there. No.
I don't think it was happening before because I would have heard.
I would have heard it too. Shit.
A couple of friends discuss back and forth with one another the nature of what is happening right in front of their eyes. They all seem pretty weirded out by the whole thing, which is incredibly understandable. A strange object moving back and forth all by itself would be enough to give anybody the creeps. It also looks like it is happening in the middle of the day too. Somebody also could have just been there minutes earlier, shaking the object or something, but it seems highly unlikely. Judging by the fact that the uploader has not published anything else regarding the incident, it seems like this will be a creepy unsolved mystery for quite some time. John Valencia created this video and uploaded it to his YouTube channel on March 7th.
Okay, just real quick for reference. Is that really how he spelled John? Is that even a proper way to spell John? Jhon? I would think maybe Joan. Yeah, his name's not John, it's Joan.
18th, 2012.
That's weird.
Which explains the clip's less than average picture quality. The video, which was filmed somewhere in Colorado, features a couple of friends as they seemingly stumble across what they describe as a witch in the middle of what appears to be some sort of street. In English, the friends dare one another to touch the witch on the ground. Then, one of the people say that they are going to touch her, which is when something happens. Take a look.
Uy, madre. Borracho, ¿quién lo toca? ¿Quién toca el borracho? Vaya.
¿Yo toco qué, Miguel?
Vale, sí está. Vaya, toque el borracho. Hágale.
Está retrasado.
De una. Uy, uy, uy.
Just as soon as he reaches out in an effort to touch her, she gets up rapidly, which causes the man that is filming to panic as well as the rest of the group. As soon as this happens, the video ends abruptly with no further explanation being released afterwards. What was the true nature of this video? What do you think this woman was? Was it an actual witch, or was it just a regular woman that was being picked on by a group of people? Leave your ideas in the comments.
Hard for me to say. I mean, I will say this much about the hoax possibility. You would have to practice that. You have to practice that rapid movement speed and the setting, just jumping up from the ground for the attack. Now, that is a possibility because, as you can see from this shot and from just pretty much every other shot of her, she's always sitting with her knees up. Like she knows that at some point she's going to have to just lunge herself up. So it's possible to fake it, but it just takes practice. Alright, that's the end of the first one. Okay, just real quick.
And that was 5 scary videos you'd never seen. Hopefully.
Yeah. Never saw them, but yeah, I'm not too keen on them being, all real and all that. Let's see. Okay. Okay, so according to Prendo, Jhon is actually another way to spell John. All right, but hello, David. Good to see you on the stream. All right, so the next video that we got is scary videos that were discovered in April 2020. And also, David, don't worry about asking your friend for the support. Just do it whenever, and then at that point, it's up to them. All right. So here we go. From King Frostmare, scary videos discovered in April.
Hello guys,
2020.
Tonight we want to check out some more interesting scary videos from all around the globe. Don't forget, if you enjoyed tonight's episode, please hit the like button and leave me a sub. And now, without further ado, let's buckle up and stay frosty.
Che, boludo, ¿escuchaste eso? Claudio. ¿Escuchaste eso, boludo? Allá en el aula hay como un ruido, boludo.
This video was sent by Franco, and in it we have 2 security guards from South America that are guarding a school complex at night. The one with the camera, or body cam for that matter, is realizing that there are some inexplicable sounds coming from one of the classrooms, and he tells his colleague about it.
Pero acá parece que hace más frío, porque dice cuando hace frío que es por algo, digamos.
The closer they get to the classroom in question, the more there seem to be these odd noises, at least based on what the filming guard is saying.
Sí, boludo, para mí que por allá, o ahí, no sé. ¿Dónde, boludo? Por acá era.
But it turns out that there was more than just talking noises. Of course, we don't have any proof that no one else was with them, and somebody could have pulled the chair, but where did the childlike noises come from?
I'm leaning more towards
another mystery, I suppose.
I'm leaning more towards fake on that one. That's easy to pull off.
The next was posted by a user called Sarah Berry. She goes on by saying, "Ghost photo from 1976, given to us by my husband's mom." So what is she talking about exactly? terrifying apparition seems to be popping up behind the woman with child. Some viewers react by saying this is one of the creepiest things that they have ever seen. To that, Sarah responds, I have sent this image to the little girl.
It's creepy, but again, just like with the last thing, it could be faked. I mean, since it's a photo and not a video, that could just be something that was placed there, like a doll that was repainted to look that scary, and then given that kind of weird clothing to make it to authenticate it more. So, you know, good effort, but again, I'm just gonna go fake on that one.
Girl's sister, and she said that she remembers clearly odd happenings taking place in the house during her childhood. Somebody went through all the troubles and even colorized the picture. Impressive. And they say, I had this photo colorized, and I think it's a poodle with a common haircut that jumped up on a piece of furniture behind them.
That's
what do you guys
another,
think?
yeah, that's another
Just a
possibility
hoax?
too.
Some good Photoshop
it actually does
a
look
poodle,
like
perhaps,
a poodle.
or something paranormal. Whatever it is, I'm pretty sure it gave a couple of people some good nightmares. The next video was sent by Manfred, and it depicts a homeowner and his dog strolling through their backyard after dark for a late night walk, which is nothing out of the ordinary, and something they do on an almost daily basis. To the owner's surprise, this night though, the dog notices something in the distance and starts reacting to it.
You good, bud? What you barking at?
At this point, in the eyes of the owner, it was very possible that his dog just saw another animal or something.
Whoa!
Stop barking, bud. What's wrong?
That damn music! The music scared me more than the appearance of the creature.
Stop barking, bud. What's wrong?
Yeah, I saw that figure appear, but the music is what scared me more than that thing's appearance.
What just transpired, unfortunately, did not catch the owner's eye at the time, and he only realized that something odd was going on when checking the footage afterwards. A long and stretched shadow is quickly passing by from the right, and then hiding behind the tree. What are we looking at here exactly? It's really hard to explain this phenomenon. What do you guys think? Hey guys, if you wish to support me to enjoy many more videos, please consider becoming a member. And Rodrigo has forwarded me the following video that was uploaded on Reddit. Unfortunately, the thread has been lost, so the original...
I'm not sure what to think about that last one. It was definitely creepy. It did make me jump. So.
Uploader remains unknown.
This
If you know who uploaded it, please leave a comment. Anyways, apparently we have another night guard here who was patrolling a school at night, and on one of his rounds, really weird noises appear to be coming from one of the corridors. Rodrigo said that the uploader believes that he could capture the voices and moans of the undead. And then there is a strange machinery noise. Oh, I forgot to mention, the power went off in the building 2 minutes before the men started recording that night. What do you think? Is it just another bunch of machines making that noise, or something more mysterious?
Well, all I can say is that it's kind of a stretch to immediately jump to the conclusion of it being the undead, when it could just be maybe a malfunction with the air conditioning unit, or like Frostmare said, machinery that was left on. But to jump to the conclusion immediately that it was the undead without any kind of visual evidence of that, kind of a stretch. Because it didn't really show anything and that just heard noises that could be easily replicated, I'm calling fake on this one.
This clip was sent in.
That was scarier than what that last video.
Recorded by Sal J, who told me that he was visiting an older mansion in Mexico City. Inside this mansion, he started to document the TV room that was set up there. It was after 7 p.m., so the sun had passed at that point. Yet there was still a little light remaining. As he is filming the TV in front of him, there is a strange shadow passing by quickly. To pull up. I know we don't have many frames to work with here, and the quality is subpar to say the least. He does not believe this to be a human shadow, and I agree. It's too fast to be another person, at least in my opinion. But maybe it was something from the outside. On a couple of frames, we can see this shape passing by once more in front of a tree. I featured this clip because it reminds me of the many recordings of Kent. And just because something is blurry doesn't mean it can't be real.
Hard for me to say about that one.
Right up there, that's the sweet spot, right where that sun. Always there.
That photograph itself is bizarre enough, dude. Get that off. Get that out of the frame.
It's gonna push me down the stairs someday.
This is an update on the continuous haunting that Donnie Drunkard is experiencing in his home. In the past 2 years, he has filmed quite the number of terrifying events. Just to recap, a malevolent shadow figure is occupying his house, which you could even capture on film in the past.
Dude, seriously, why do you have that picture on your wall? It looks like a demon from that Caroline movie. Get it off. Sorry, shadow figure, but that portrait was a lot scarier than you are. I swear, it's that portrait that's causing these hauntings.
And believe me if I tell you that he had tried many times to expel this being in the past.
I heard you.
You're not welcome here.
Yeah, get the crucifix and the holy water. That solves your problem right there.
In this particular recording, one of Donnie's stationary cameras upstairs apparently caught the shadow figure entering his bedroom
That thing scares the
before leaving
hell out
it
of
again,
me.
while he and his dog Terry were sleeping.
You saw him too. You saw that too, eh? Standing about this tall, rounded. It was a see-through black mass. It was there for 10-15 seconds when I opened up my eyes. As I went to get my phone to record, it just went zip, zip, off right down the hallway.
And the last scary incident we will check out today is paranormal activity unfolding in his kitchen, while a black flying object is recorded by another camcorder in his basement. Truly magnificent. What is your explanation for this?
Stop
I do believe
playing
Donnie,
that
these
music.
things don't look like they are caused by an ordinary human. Does his house contain a gateway, perhaps, similar to the haunting of the Lamb House? I encourage you to follow Donnie and his channel. He has many exciting videos. Thanks for watching, guys.
Okay, that one was different. All right. Why did I look behind me? Because I got paranoid. I got a little paranoid. As I was watching some of the video, I heard some sounds that sound like they were coming from right behind me. And so yeah, I just was like, I legit got paranoid. I thought I heard something coming from right behind me. Carolina was good. I'm not saying it wasn't good. I'm just saying that picture should not be there. That picture was way too scary. Alright, we're moving on to the next one, which is from Chills. I dare you to watch these scary videos. Challenge accepted.
I dare you to watch these scary videos. All I can say is good.
Hold on. Subtitles off. Don't know why those were on.
Luck. This is some very scary stuff. Number 10. Kevin Ramos is holding a paranormal investigation session at the Fort Delaware, which was in use from the mid-1800s to the mid-1900s, and is said to be ripe with spiritual activity even after being decommissioned well over 50 years ago. After a day of walking, they stop and ask a few questions to the spirits upon nightfall. Look what happens when they try to get to know more about the ghost of a person stationed here.
Did you like him? Can you cross the rod if you liked him?
First, a white apparition passes by, followed by a black shadow that one of them actually catches out of the corner of their eye. This isn't their reflection in the window, because none of them are walking, and in this exact moment, this person thinks they feel a tap on their shoulder, and shine a light behind them to make sure. It definitely looks like something was near them to say the very least. Why she didn't say something as soon as it happened is something I don't know. I guess they were too scared at the time. Number 9. The Drake
I would be
Road
too.
Tunnels
That
in the
was
United
creepy
Kingdom
looking.
was a classified nuclear bunker that mysteriously closed down from 1993. Almost no records of this place exist, but 3 men were once buried alive in a tunnel collapse. Shadow people are said to have been seen here ever since, and the Ouija brothers do capture some strange activity on camera, like this pitch black anomaly at 8 minutes and 45 seconds, for example. Is this a black spirit orb, or just a wall stain?
Walk towards my voice.
And a minute earlier,
That was
they
a
kept
wall
this passing
stain.
white apparition against the wall.
It was
You
moving.
make yourself known.
The timing of the appearance in relation to the question is quite abnormal, but is it paranormal? I think so. Number 8. There's an abandoned house deep in the forests of Malaysia.
Okay, so far, these are some good videos. I'm getting some good videos already, and while I can say that they are potential hoaxes, I'm more on the fence than I was with some of the other ones earlier tonight.
That was once owned by a kindly elderly man who threw large parties and enjoyed the company of everyone. But one day he mysteriously passed away, and in his place moved in rough and mean squatters who used the happy home for their own dark rituals. Now a team of paranormal investigators are looking to see how well these conjuring rites have worked. You're going to hear a noise after the footstep. Is this an animal or someone crying out loud? If it is an animal, we never hear it again, and it isn't long before they find a voodoo doll made from twisted wood scraps. It looks like it took a lot.
If it's an animal, the best guess that I have on what kind it is a fox. It kind of sounds like a fox getting scared of the footsteps coming from inside the house.
One time to make, and is probably infused with arcane magic. There's a large wooden stick jet.
Speaking of which, a fun story. This happened about 2 months ago, about around there. So I took our dog, our new puppy, down to go potty and all that, and as I took her down, I saw a fox. It was a domesticated fox. It was being watched by not the licensed owner, but a friend of theirs and all that, and it had actually gotten away from them, and it was just kind of running around the area and all that. I was scared. I was freaked out because I've never seen a fox before this. Well, not up close, anyways. But yeah, it was just right there. It had like this. It had like this this black fur kind of lining around its chest area, and just the golden tail. And this was a big fox. It was a big fur fox, and I was helping the person who was taking care of him corner them, and it slipped past us again, and it just bolted. I've never seen an animal move this fast before. It was majestic. I only wish I had recorded that, because it was a moment of beauty. I've never seen anything quite like that, and I probably never will again. So, but yeah, I just wanted to share that story because it was relevant to what I had said before, that it sounded like a fox running away. Alright, so moving on.
Stabbed through its foot, so I think it's been used. But does it work is the question. They don't stick around and leave before whoever made it returns. Number 7. A YouTuber named Confuseo Mental orders a box off the dark web that he's not so sure about, so he puts on some gloves. The first thing he unfurls is an old scroll with what I think could be ancient Hebrew text. Translated if you can.
That's
I
Hebrew,
will admit
alright.
the paper itself looks like it could be artificially aged, but who knows? Wrapped and locked in a tiny casket with similar text adorning the top. Again, translate if you can, please. Something tells me that this is either a blessing to help guide this tiny soul to the other side, or else a warning telling others not to open it. A warning that's totally ignored as he continues to handle the object. I'm curious about what these numbers across the top with the letter E at the end could mean. I'm sure someone out there is smart enough to figure this all out. He puts a mask on ready for the stench of something rotting, but instead finds this extra creepy demonic doll and look into the center of its eyes at 26 minutes and 13 seconds. They're reflecting light. Now that's certainly creepy. Number 6. A YouTuber named R. Travis is exploring a haunted restaurant that used to serve Chinese food. The inside is extremely old, and the walls have rotted down to bare support beams. He feels watched and grows increasingly anxious, and begins to talk loud and fast to himself in an effort to keep calm. Sometime during his nervous ranting, he makes a comment out loud about a spirit he sees standing at the top of the stairs.
I don't give two flat, oh, there's a set of stairs here, let's roll. They might not be stable. I just seen a figure up there, but I'm not answering them, chasing him.
Nothing really stands on camera. Could this purple triangular shape be whatever it was he was talking about? At first he says he's going to leave it alone, but up the steps he finds nothing but an old musty attic with a worn out floor, but there's more than that up here.
I just seen another figure then. 3 black spirits have seen them past me now.
Aside from this white light that passes by at 3 minutes and 10 seconds, I do see some shadow figures. And a final shadow figure with white eyes can be seen here at 3 minutes and 22 seconds. They're all about the same height, scattered around different parts of the room, and with all of them still watching, R. Travis abruptly ends the video. Number 5. Police released this video after a sketch.
I can't say for sure that it's real, but if I saw that during an urban exploration or a paranormal exploration, I'd probably hightail it out as well.
A person tried to get the attention of a home in Bristol, Connecticut late at night. They look over their shoulder at 8 seconds, and again at 28 seconds, probably to see if anyone is watching them, and check out how they purposefully pull their sleeve over their hand when they go to ring the doorbell a second time. It looks like they're being sneaky, and trying not to leave behind any prints, but I don't want to jump to conclusions, so maybe they're afraid of germs. But that brings us to what they have on. They have a backpack that could be used to take things out of the home. If their face looks weird, it's because they are wearing a mask with glasses over top. This happened in 2019 in the middle of May, not Halloween.
That's why I had that look. I was like, why is this person smiling like this?
So it's certainly a disguise. I understand they are trying to conceal their identity, but did they really have to pick a creepy mask that's smiling? They look straight at the camera, but feel confident enough to keep trying to get in. Thankfully, nobody answers, and authorities are working on capturing this person. Number 4. A ghost hunter named Valley Rojas detects paranormal activity on multiple K2 meters and sets up a camera in this living room to capture the action. Somehow this person is able to move all on its own, while 3 other pictures stay completely stationary, 2 on the same wall. I don't see how this could be faked, considering whatever force they would have used to make the picture move would have also caused the ones next to it to move as well. Nothing else happens in the room that I can see, but then again, I don't think I need to see more to be convinced. Still, let me know if I missed anything else move. Number 3. This video comes from the haunted far side.
I mean, that one could be something as simple as a loose nail that's caused the frame to go forward a little bit, and the draft in the room forcing it to move side to side. Could be paranormal, but there's also a logical explanation for that one.
Lounge in Colorado. A woman sitting in the bottom corner is the closest person to what you're about to see, and both her hands are full. And yet this remote seemingly moves all by itself. It's as if something is picking this up, moving it slightly, and putting it back down. Meanwhile, the drink next to it stays perfectly still. She even notices it at the very end. So this is one of those problems that is either completely spontaneous or where everyone is in on it and plays along. The problem is I don't know which. Number 2, Zaitnikov is exploring the powerhouse, an old farmhouse in West Virginia, when he catches something of interest leaning out the window. This gray specter watches over them from afar. If you still don't see it, it's looking to the left and the lighter colored area at the bottom is its right shoulder. Don't worry, if it's too hard to see, Zeke didn't see it at first either. His camera passes right over it and doesn't notice until they were already far away. I think it looks like it could be the reflection of a cloud, but at the same time I do agree it looks like it could be the spirit of a person watching them enter, and if it is, it doesn't seem pleased. I've got a challenge for you. Since you made it this far, why not like this video and hit subscribe in the next 5 seconds, because I upload 4 new scary videos every week. If you're curious about what I look like in real life, then go to my Instagram at DylanIsChillinYT. The title of this video, someone who speaks Japanese can help crack. I've translated follow button to that maybe someone out. Number 1.
So he does 4 videos a week now. That's going to be a lot harder to keep up with everything else.
Okay, so here's a scary unsolved mystery that maybe someone who speaks Japanese can help crack. I've translated the title of this video, and it doesn't sound welcoming. The title translates, when you open the entrance, ... Very ominous indeed. In the video itself is more Japanese and a date and time. Can someone please translate? Another video to translate, when you open the front door, and at 12 seconds, a man does exactly that. I feel like he's being watched here. The description is written in Japanese, and it just gets weirder. It says, nest, every time, when you open the front door, electromagnetic wave eavesdropping, voyeur. Maybe this is some kind of hacker who watches people and eventually enters their home. Or maybe he's just fixated on this one person in particular. There's countless videos, most barely reaching 50 views in 7 years, and all of them are equally strange in a really unsettling way. Strangely enough, the name of this channel, the only thing in English, is Cleanup WV. I have no idea what WV stands for, and what exactly are they cleaning up? I hope not bodies. Just watching these videos is enough to make your skin crawl with sensations that are nearly
Ooh. That is interesting. Okay. Let's read some of these comments here. Yeah, that is a... Brando says, the doll could have just had glass eyes to explain the light reflection. That is true. And the picture could have a hole drilled behind it. Again, that's a possibility too. You know, it's best not to jump to the paranormal conclusion right away, because the more people seem to do that, the more trouble they just make more for themselves in the long run. Alright, so next one we got is 5 scary videos that'll keep you wide awake. It's from, let's see, Sir Spooks again. Okay, here we go.
Hello everyone, my name is Sir Spooks, and today we'll take a look at 5 scary videos that will keep you wide awake. So, let's begin. Reddit user FishFish970 uploaded the following clip to my very own Sir Spooks subreddit, where I encourage you to share any and all paranormal footage over there for a chance to be featured in a video just like this one. The uploader explains, quote, I have noticed that my dog was really focused on my bedroom closet for the last few nights. No growling or barking, but impossible to get him to stop staring at the closet. I decided to leave a digital voice recorder in my closet after everyone was sleeping. End quote. Take a listen and see if you hear anything strange coming from the closet. Although it doesn't last for long, towards the end of the video you can hear what sounds like some sort of a muffled breathing sound.
I heard it.
The uploader still has no idea what this sound was, and it seems like he won't find out anytime soon. Next up is an entry coming from the popular Ghosts subreddit, a popular destination online for creepy paranormal videos. The user Bartholomew Blackwell goes on to explain, quote, working by myself in a closed empty school the other day, I heard something out in the hallway. A storm had knocked the power out in the building the night before. I had the flashlight on, so I started recording. It sounded like a group of people crying. End quote. Watch this clip and be sure to listen for a strange sound.
Oh, this is the one I saw earlier.
A few seconds after the man recording starts to explore the hallways in the school, if you listen closely, you can make out what sounds like some sort of mist.
Now, the more I think about it, the more the explanation of machinery being left on or the air conditioning malfunctioning no longer makes sense, because a storm knocked out power to that school the night before. So it couldn't have been any of those possibilities. So now I'm open to the other possibility. The fuck was that?
Mystical ghost-like whooshing noise, or a group of spirits making strange noises. After this, the video abruptly cuts with no explanation given. What do you think happened in this creepy school that night? Be sure to tell me all of your thoughts in the comments.
Now, I'm not saying for sure it's paranormal, but if it's not machines, and if it's not a malfunctioning AC unit, what else could those sounds be?
Christian Garcia published this video to his YouTube channel on October 2nd, 2017. The video, which was filmed in a foreign country, seems to be fairly normal for the first little while, as we watch Christian and a friend drive their bike down the empty road late at night, but little do they know that within a few moments, something extremely creepy will happen to them.
homeless guy.
Señor. Hola, señora. ¿Qué dice? ¿Quién es? ¿Qué le pasa? ¿Cómo se llama? ¿Cómo se llama? Está en medio de la nada, ¿no? ¿Le pasa algo?
As they drive down the road, they abruptly come across a woman sitting down, off to the side of the road. The two proceed to get off their bike and greet the woman, to which she says something back to them. Confused, Christian asks, "What are you saying?" To which she says something else to Christian, which causes him to reply with, "What? Who are you?" From this point onward, he then goes ahead and asks for her name, and asks her what's wrong. He informs her that she's in the middle of nowhere, but she does not do anything but sit still, which causes them to promptly drive off. I think that most people would be terrified if they came across a random person sitting down in the middle of the road, especially late at night. According to the title of the video, what they saw in the middle of the road that night could actually be a witch. At least, that's what the uploader believes this woman to be, and it seems like many viewers agree. But what do you think? Be sure to tell me your theories related to this video.
I think it's just a drugged up homeless woman. That's all I can think of.
Reddit user MBO Photos shared this clip over at the previously mentioned Sir Spooks subreddit, with the title being, "Is someone messing with me?" For a little bit, nothing seems too out of the ordinary as we watch the cameraman explore a creepy abandoned bunker. Luckily for him, nothing seems too startling, that is, until about a minute into the clip. Take a look at what the channel owner captured.
Hello? Hello?
Yeah. What the heck? That was either... You're going back down there? Are you kidding me?
That sound definitely seems extremely strange and frightening, especially when you consider that this video was clearly filmed very late at night. It could have been somebody else in the bunker with him that accidentally knocked something over, such as a heavy barrel. Or it could be something even more sinister than that. Either way, it is probably safe to say that this person will not be venturing back into this bunker anymore.
Yeah. Man, it's not just that. If you look to the, I don't know if you saw it, but off to the right of where the light was shining, it looked like there was a person standing there that just appeared out of nowhere.
The last entry comes from the Sir Spook subreddit from the user The Real Easy, who goes on to explain, "I took this video outside on my back porch last night. Please help me figure out what this noise is. It sounds like someone is hurt, or it could be something else. I've never heard anything like this. As the man takes his camera outside to film the noises he is hearing, he gets understandably freaked out. Listen in and tell me what you think these noises are.
I don't know if they're drunk or if they're hurt.
In the comment section on this post, some people suggest it could be an animal, but the uploader says that when he was outside, it sounded like a person that was in pain and calling out for help. Then he says that the sound was coming from the direction of the field outside his house, and not from his neighbors or anything like that. Another commenter even suggests that it could be evidence of a skinwalker caught on camera. For those that are unaware, a skinwalker is a witch-like creature that has the ability to disguise themselves and mimic the sounds of animals. Judging by the fact that this video was taken just this past week, it seems like an answer may not be revealed for a long time. Either way, those are sounds that you definitely would not want to hear near your house, or anywhere for that matter.
It was creepy, to be honest, to say the least.
And that was 5 scary videos that will keep you wide awake. I hope you enjoyed the video, and if you did, then subscribe for more scary content. My name is Sir Spooks, and I'll see you all in the next video.
Alright guys, we got 2 more videos left. 2 more videos. Yes, David, another school. Almost 3 a.m. and I'm watching it. It's after 3 a.m. for me, so... Backup generators. That is, yeah. Some schools do have those emergency generators that run on a different system. So, yeah. It's possible. Alright, so we got 2 more left, guys. We got creepy YouTube videos that you need to see. Okay, now while I have said that that I would be watching videos from King Frostmare, this one's actually from his side channel, Frostmare TV Classics. These are old videos that he uploaded that don't get the attention that they should be getting now, so he's decided to re-upload them on a secondary channel. And as always, there's a link in the description below to that channel as well. If you want to go check him out, maybe drop him a subscribe, that'd be awesome. Alright, so let's get on to it.
This man is also documenting some very unusual happenings in this old apartment. We don't have a lot of backstory to it, other than that his friends mentioned that they felt watched whenever they visited him. He also caught strange shapes and saw things out of the corner of his eyes. Tonight he captured a lot of activity again and decided that his camera needed to document what was going on this time. Nobody's around, I guess. He places it on his couch table and can then record the following things unfold.
Whoa. Okay.
After opening the door, no trace of any intruder or other explanation could be found.
Do you hear that noise? Like a little child?
It must have been something from another world, right?
It's weird.
I have no idea, guys. That one's creepy.
Don't know if that's part of the video.
Analyzing the frames a bit clearer, one could think that a humanoid shape was at the other side of this door. We even can see a hand appear in the glass.
Definitely a hand.
But then he opens the door. There's nothing there.
This is an audio recording of a man who was staying in the old house of his parents. This night he was home alone and noticed a strange noise from the hallway. Somebody threw something. Not much is known about this house in particular, and if it was involved in several other strange occurrences.
The orbs.
Ooh, I saw those orbs. Saw those orbs.
The noises only seem to get more frequent, and the man tries to make contact with the invisible intruder. Of course, he doesn't get any answer. When the sink turns on by itself, things really start to take an even stranger turn.
I'm getting chills right now, guys.
C'est pas drôle, arrête.
Apparently the door closed by itself as well. The man also starts talking about eerie shadows that he starts seeing out of the corner of his eye. Then he can capture the following shadow person on his camera. It disappears into the room where he is staying in.
Creepy.
What could he capture that night on video? A family home in Poland was home to a lot of strange happenings lately. It wasn't really anything new to the homeowner, but that doesn't mean that it would not freak him out. Next to unusual noises, we can see things being thrown around. From my understanding, the activity was starting a bit earlier initially, which is why he had his camcorder ready and started recording. There's already a lot going on. Wow. He slowly makes it into the hallway of the house and thinks twice about making it down the stairs. The spooky events now seem to take place right behind him. Doris starts throwing objects around. When the light starts to show strange anomalies on top of that, the terrified man makes it down the stairs to exit the house. Is he dying? After playing a piano solo, this man is getting caught off guard by some forceful activity in his living room. He gets startled so much that he almost drops his piano. Of course, he follows the noises and starts to document the weird occurrences.
That was a shout.
First, we can't really notice anything besides his own loud breathing.
Can't notice it. That was a shadow person right standing in that corner. Unless that was unless that was his shadow.
An invisible entity then seems to have made it into his room and tampers with his instrument. Is the light off? Oh no. The man starts to be pretty much on edge. And we hear even more unusual things that seem to stem from the living room once again.
Ghosts.
The television has turned on by itself.
Damn ghosts, they don't have any respect for electrical usage. Stop turning on the TVs.
It's being used by otherworldly forces. This is certainly unusual.
Thank you.
Even doors start to close by themselves. Hey guys, if you wish to support me to enjoy many more videos, please consider Franco TV made his way to great exciting perks. YouTuber Franco TV made his way to Graveyard earlier in 2019
Franco
to document
TV.
unusual events that were taking place there at night.
He always has good videos.
This night indeed, he starts to capture weird music from a music box that seems to be stemming from one of the crypts. Isn't that a Christmas song? Oh, it's not. Real or not, this is pretty odd for sure. One might speculate as to why, out of all things, a music box can be heard at night. Doesn't make sense.
But I don't want to get too close. Look at the size of this thing.
When he makes his way closer towards the crypt, something dark is peeking out of one of the mausoleums. One could say it looks pretty similar to a face.
Ooh. I've seen this video before, actually. I think it was actually my first Franco TV video I ever saw. Did you guys hear that? I swear, I just heard a creak, chat. I swear, I just heard a creak coming from the corner over here. Oh, what am I doing? Yeah, oh, wow, that kind of creeped me out a little bit. Okay, I'm just gonna move on, because... yeah. already on edge enough from these videos. And
Light is flickering too.
I'm already on edge enough from these videos, so it's like almost any sound that I'm not expecting could just set me off.
Because you know, paranormal forces always drain energy to manifest.
I still have one more video to watch too.
Of course, Franco is pretty freaked out after this incident, but decides to get a bit closer to take a better look at it. He's afraid too, Franco. Zooming in on the footage does not make it very clear as of what exactly this mysterious thing was. Could be ahead, I'm not sure. But it was reason enough for Franco to make it out of this place right after. Thank you so much for watching, guys, and stay.
Okay. We got one more video left, guys. Ugh. Who knows? I might have to. Stay tuned next Saturday. Paranormal investigation at Flamrage's house. Okay, last video. Alright. 5 scary videos you really don't want to see. Is that a challenge? You know me when it comes to scary videos, YouTube. Anytime I'm challenged, I accept it.
You really shouldn't watch these videos, or else you might see something so scary you'll wish you never saw it. Number 5, a YouTuber named D-Dog.
Damn it. Chels, why are you automatically turning on subtitles?
Vlogs has been uploading since mid-2016 and specializes in exploring haunted places that are about as scary as they come, with a preference for historic locations whenever possible. He has been known to pair up with the likes of Mo Sargi and others in an effort to push his paranormal investigations to greater lengths and solidify his place in the YouTube ghost hunting community. On January 20th of 2020, he heads to a single-story home that is rumored to hold secrets so terrible that no one in the community wanted to share any details aside from a basic address. Curious, he heads to the site with fellow ghost hunters, Tay and Carlo, to see for themselves what this house holds. The first thing they notice is a glowing yellow light that flickers oddly over a door that's bolted shut. It's one of the only working lights left in the house, and it's shining like a beacon to get their attention.
But look at that room. That's creepy.
But more on that in a moment. For now, watch how the camera goes out of focus like something or someone invisible is standing right in front of them. It happens again here at exactly 3 minutes, and ironically goes on until he's finished asking people to comment if they see anything.
Yeah, I don't know if these places are haunted or not, so comment down below if you guys see or hear anything. I'm not saying they're haunted, I'm just not sure.
After some more exploring, they return to this mysterious locked door and see marks where it had been repeatedly drilled shut with a padlock. Something incredibly strong must have been in here at one point, and the family must have been intent on keeping it contained. Yet when they open the door, they are surprised to find a colorful race car border above. This is a kid's room of all places. They suspect that a child was locked in here for long periods of time, and I think the evidence proves that much is true. Perhaps they were even kept here well into adulthood, might I add. Furthermore, they seem to think this section of the door was either struck or clawed out over time, possibly after an extended period of isolation, which would require immense strength. I think it could simply be termite damage, but you tell me. So I want to know why you think the child was locked in here. It could have been evil parents or behavioral problems. The extent to which they had to go in order to keep the child contained seems to indicate an extreme psychological state that would require them to be on alert at all times. Their child probably needed to be kept away from sharp objects and locked in at night so that they don't do something drastic to themselves or to their parents while they slept. On the contrary, maybe that's not the case at all, and the child had evil, disturbed parents who did this for no reason. T-Dog explores a different abandoned house 2 months later on March 28th.
I'm more willing
in this
to believe
investigation,
that
it's so crazy that I need your help to figure out if it's real. Is this red paint, or is it what I think it is? I really hope not.
Yeah, that's blood.
At 2 minutes and 10 seconds, it kind of looks like somebody got jabbed in the corner, stumbled a few steps forward to the center of the room, and then went to the doorway. Then they doubled back, still leaking, and probably crumpled in this corner where the trail ends, or maybe that's where they were put by someone else. Tiny red splotches leading upstairs gives me the impression that more than one person was here. This red substance has dried against the wall and hardly looks reassuring. And sadly, in the corner of this upstairs room is more evidence. But creepiest of all, even more so than what's on the wall or on the floor, is what's in this small unassuming corner, or rather what happens when they go near. This is the only part of the video that becomes blurry, and for no reason at all. It's as if something is trying to get their attention, and perhaps figuring out for the first time that it has crossed onto the other side and can no longer communicate with the living. Now you're probably wondering where the homeowners were, and so was I. But with a basement flooded with solid ice, I think we both know the answer. Number 4. This worrisome video I'm about to show you was posted on March 18th of 2017 by a person who had been teetering on the edge of self-destruction for years.
Things are much worse this time. Something seems to be after me. I don't know what else to say. Except goodbye.
You'll never guess what he does next, but first let me tell you what he has been through. His psychological torment would begin in early 2015, approximately 2 years before his final goodbye. That was when someone began knocking at his door almost every night for days. He lives all alone and is a very private person, so introverted in fact that we never learn his name. For him to have a visitor is not normal, let alone in the middle of the night. The knocks were annoying at first, but he figured it would stop if he ignored it. But when that didn't work, he decided to start documenting everything early on, in case he needed to take it to the police or something later. He also decided to confront it and defend himself if need be. This incident, taken on February 12, 2015, starts with 2 knocks that are so soft, it would be easy to think you're imagining them. But after 3 weeks of harassment, he is frazzled and hears every noise, so he springs to action, ready to meet force with force. But there's just one problem. Nothing is ever there to confront. Listen closely to this part, because I hear chatter after he locks up. He installs a second camera outside the very next night on February 13th, 2015. Friday the 13th to be exact. Sure enough, it starts again. He opens the door and no one's there. It's not 2 different videos put together either, because his movements in both videos sync perfectly, like at 1 minute and 15 seconds when he smooths his hair. Even if he practiced this routine, it still wouldn't be this dead on. Oh yeah, and I forgot to mention that this happens at 3 a.m. every night. Anyone would want to move, and he absolutely did, but his money situation meant he couldn't either continue to endure this or go homeless in the middle of the winter. Eventually, he decides to go outside before 3 a.m. and see if he can catch whatever or whoever is doing this on video. He doesn't see them, but he does find footprints leading away from his house into the woods. The footprint is separated in 2 halves, more like a hoof print than a foot, yet 2 legs instead of 4. Some people have said this could be a demon or even a cryptid. I don't know about all of that, but I know that he really did go out at 3 a.m. and I know this because I hear a train throughout the video. Oddly enough, this late night train is heard in all of his videos, and I think could be closely related. Something bad must have happened on the nearby tracks. By August 28th, whatever had left those footprints was looking for other ways inside both day and night. No longer was it confined to 3 a.m. Tell me if this is an animal or something way worse. I didn't hear any claws tapping. This was the sound of somebody fast. A raccoon or a possum would be doing this at nighttime. This was something big in the middle of the day, like a restless spirit. So after years of experiencing this and other similar encounters, perhaps you'll better understand why, after saying goodbye in March of 2017, he simply decided to open up the door and stop.
Goodbye.
Whatever that was, it sounded far from being a person. Over 2 years later, this mysterious final video was uploaded on January 1st, 2019. Those sound like church bells. Maybe this is a clip taken from a funeral. Could it be his? And whoever typed these replies doesn't act like him at all. Number 3. Corey and Devin are two YouTubers who have a shared channel where they...
Dude. Wow. I don't know what to say to that one. I mean, to pull off something like that as a hoax is very difficult enough in itself, let alone doing it for 2 straight years. Who would want to keep up that schedule for a hoax? Who would come up with a hoax like that in the first place? I'm having a hard time denying the authenticity of that one, guys. I really am. I'm at a loss right now.
They go on all kinds of adventures as well as family vlogs. They haven't updated in over 2 years, but the videos are still there for all to see, and some of them are, believe it or not, are convincingly paranormal. The videos I'm talking about center around Nona's Pizzeria in Magna, Utah, a family business with a terrible secret, a long-standing curse first brought upon them generations ago by a vindictive small-town witch. The curse is said to have opened a portal to channel forth numerous spirits, including the incorrigible witch herself, who remains as mean and evil as ever in the afterlife. Corey and Devin are not a professional ghost hunting channel by any means, and they have little experience dealing with the paranormal aside from television. But when they get a chance to visit one of the locations they recognize from a show called Ghost Adventures, they are eager to go, and so on October 21st, 2017, they find themselves face to face with the owners and most recent inheritors of the curse. A dark entity haunts this place, old as the building itself. Sometimes it appears to their son as a little girl who wants to play. Sometimes it grabs them by the throat. The owners say that if they try to sell the business, the spirit has confirmed that it will burn it to the ground. They are to live and suffer the curse for all generations to come, or else pay the price through financial ruin. They suspect it's coming from the attic, so the first step is to set up a grid of lasers to see if anything blocks the light. Sure enough, they record this black floating blob on night vision. The rest of the wooden beam is a much lighter color except for the head of the shadow figure. They go into the attic space with cameras and try to catch something up close. It's almost too dark to see anything, but
I have some very creepy vibes. I see the green lights.
The camera cannot seem to keep focus, almost as if somebody is standing directly in front of Corey, though nobody is there.
They're kind of going in and out.
As soon as they start talking about how the demonic force always seems to congregate in this particular spot, they hear a confirmation. I'll play it with the sound up. Do you hear it?
In this area here.
It was a scream in my opinion, and the K2 meter goes all the way up at the mere mention of its presence. Eventually, they track the exact spot where they think it's standing, and they suspect it needs more electricity in the air to better communicate. They say they are going to give it more energy, and at this point it seems to fully understand.
You're more than welcome to take from this energy, okay?
And true to their theory, when they charge the air with a taser and call it by the old family name of Cooper, they find the ghost is finally able to push the meter into the red, not once but twice.
Come on, Cooper. Thank you. Thank you. Cooper family.
Yes? Is that who it is?
Are we right? Are we right?
All within 11 seconds, so I think something is standing with them and it's not real. But soon a different force sweeps across the room, possibly the witch. They use a simple yes or no communication method to determine that whoever they are talking to wishes to do them harm.
Are you trying to use my weakness against me? See?
By now, the Coopers seem to have fully retreated, and the attic feels much different now, like an intruder is here. And when they break out the heavy equipment for an EVP session to determine if they are correct about this change, this single word is broadcast very clear. Evil. Do you think this says evil like they claim? Because I hear it, and when they try to tell it to clarify, it has 3 words that I also hear quite well. Tell me if you can hear it too, or if you think something else is being said.
Try to focus a little stronger and make it come out a little clearer, please. On your name.
I think it's pretty clear that the curse is legit, and maybe they should make the spirit stay true to its word and leave this place for good. Number 2. A man has been plagued by a demonic invasion that refuses to give him peace. On February 9th of 2017, he records not 1, but 2 shadow figures ominously standing nearby. All you can do is hear his nasal breathing as he watches, stunned and trying not to scream, all while this heavy drape breathes in and out all by itself. Watch how it moves. That's not the wind. Besides, it was staying still for the past 4 minutes and 40 seconds prior. And you don't even want to see what's moving on his other window. I'll show you its true form in just a little bit, but for now let's focus on a couple different incidences first. On July 22nd of that same year, he is turning over a crystal again and again, possibly in hopes that some of its protective energy will rub off on him. Slowly but surely, this bright spot begins to manifest itself before his very eyes. Starting at 1 minute and 33 seconds, hope turns to horror as the omen spins around to reveal a grinning reptile-like face that he's sure is the Lord of the Underworld himself. Its stony face shrouded in half darkness. This ties into a separate incident 12 days earlier on July 10th. That's when he claims to have recorded what he calls a ghoul lurking in the bush outside of his window. When you pause at 3 seconds, it does look like the top half of a skeletal face that soon disappears into the bushes, black eyes and all. That definitely wasn't a normal animal, so what was it? It looks remarkably similar to the face seen in the crystal nearly 2 weeks later. Sometimes it would show up in the most unlikely of places, like the folds of a piece of fabric as shown here on February 15th, 2017. Do you see the creepy goblin face with a long nose, big ears and open mouth? I can even see an eye, and that's the more friendly of the 2 faces. This second one looks like 2 worried eyes and a mouth locked in a permanent scream. There's not as much detail and some of the features are disproportionate and misshapen, but it's still there nonetheless. So now that you've seen the demon's face a few times, I suppose you are ready to see the rest of it and the rest of the original video. This is what he saw crawling into his home that fateful early February day. This upside-down creature is in fact one of the many beings who he claims to see on the regular. It's hard to make out exactly what this is, but it's harder still to disprove it, and it gives me a bad feeling all around. I tend to believe this video, and all of these sightings for that matter. He claims the quality of the video has somehow sharply deteriorated over time since uploading, and that the being at one point looked more detailed and even had horns. I don't see how this is possible for a digital copy to become less clear, but the colors do look muted here and apparently were brighter. So I want to know if you think that this man is legitimately seeing demons around his house, or if this is all happening in his mind. As much as I want to believe this is a delusion like some people think it is, I don't necessarily agree. The problem is that...
Yeah, it's hard to come to that conclusion that it's all in his head when we're seeing the footage. You know, something can't be in someone's head if they have footage, because then it becomes in all of our heads. Because our eyes are connected to our heads.
I do see a lot of what he claims on video, so there's a good chance it could be true. I've got a challenge for you. Since you've made it this far, why not like this video and hit subscribe in the next 5 seconds? Be chillin' YT and tap that follow button to find out. Number 1. Luan Mendez is a YouTuber who is unafraid to put his life on the line in the name of a paranormal investigation, and as this video goes to show, ready to explore the scariest local legends he can find. One such legend revolves around a dismal force known only as La Señora Fantasma, or the Ghost Lady. The Ghost Lady is said to still roam the home she passed away in years ago. In life, she earned a reputation as a taker of lives and lived a wicked existence full of hatred until the very end. Her spirit is said to still reflect in the bathroom mirror if you go in there and call upon her for an unholy visit, which is tonight's goal. They start by rather rudely calling her name outside of the property, hoping to get her to come through the window. She doesn't appear, so they step inside. The place has been stripped bare, but overall it looks somewhat inhabitable, at least as far as abandoned places go. But it's more about the way it feels than its aesthetics. Something about the small and cramped space that feels ill-fitting and all wrong, like nothing good has ever happened here, and only unimaginable horrors can befall anyone foolish enough to stay inside. They creep their way to the room where her legendary mirror hangs unblemished amidst the clutter. Luan stands alone while his friends keep watch. His tone is expectant and again, not very polite as he addresses the infamous Ghost Lady in more of a challenge than a request.
Aparece aqui, senhora. Vamos ver.
They are all about to leave, but they decide to try to turn on the shower just to see what happens. To their surprise, clean water drips out of a rusty pipe that shouldn't work and doesn't even have a shower head. This was probably where she hung what was left of the lives she took, upside down and filleted open to drain in the shower. Seeing this broken shower work again shortly after doubling her powers makes them rethink their situation and wonder if they should have taken a nicer tone. But that doesn't matter because it's too late now. They are walking towards the exit and everything seems much more negative and dreadful than the first time around, more of a feeling than anything else, as if a great evil has awoken and is spreading across the otherwise plain walls. And that's when she appears, not when Luan tells her to, nor in the mirror where she's supposed to be according to legend, but maybe that's the entire point. Her house, her rules. They hole up in the room for a while and discuss what to do, but the situation takes care of itself by the time time they open the door, the lady seems to have proven her point that she is real and vanishes just as quickly as she came. This video would be easy enough to fake because realistically speaking, all they would need is for an older woman to stand in the doorway, which coincidentally is a lot easier to do than actually using special effects to get her into the mirror. For these reasons, I think this video might not be real, but that doesn't necessarily mean the legend itself isn't true, or that something else wasn't watching them from the shadows all along. I dare you to watch.
Whew. Okay. Well, the stream's ending anyway. But hey, thanks for joining the fun, Prendo, and maybe we can get together and do this next week. So maybe that'd be get some videos together, and we can watch them together and give our own thoughts and opinions on it. I think that'd be fun. Do another dinner tag team with you. Gotta go back to the chat later. Keep it good. I hope subs come for you. Project. Yeah, and keep me posted on that because I'm curious about what this project is. And if it's something interesting, I definitely want in on it. But yeah, thank you guys so much for joining me on this stream. It's been a different one. It's been a different one for sure. Ugh. But like I always say, if you want, if you liked what you see, links in the description down below so you can watch. Oh, how's this? Okay. Yeah. Okay. Anyway, link in the description down below to all the channels that I viewed tonight, whatever. I'm gonna go watch something that'll make me laugh because that'll make me feel better. A lot of these videos were not what I was expecting them to be, so I'm a little right now. I have no idea what that sound from behind me was, and I hope it's just my imagination. Most likely it is. But you know what? Like, subscribe, and stay scary. I'll see you guys in the next video. Take care.